What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special episode of House Rhules. Today is one of my favorite days in coaching. I got into coaching because I love players, and today's signing day. You get up early, 6 o'clock, you're waiting for the fax machine. The fax machine was a long time ago. You're waiting for the computer or whatever to come through, and young men transform their lives when they decide what college they're going to attend. And I'm so fired up to introduce you guys to the one, the only, dominant tight end, Luke Sorensen. What's up, Luke?
How we doing, Coach Rhule?
How did it feel this morning?
It was awesome. So, 6:30, I got a call from Coach Satterfield. So I'm like, I'm already having a great morning. So I spoke to him for a while. And then, it was 7 o'clock, and then I get that email. It's like, it's go time. So, never look back, just, dotted some I's and crossed some T's, and, here I am.
Did you have a signing day ceremony?
Yeah, so I had it at my school. I just finished that like an hour ago, but 7:45 a.m. There were two other guys that were signing with me, which was pretty cool. So a lot of my friends came, a lot of my teammates came, and my coaches came, which is a pretty cool experience.
So you're from Southern California, and you're coming to Nebraska. What made you say, hey, this is home?
I grew up down in Southern California, so I'm used to the beaches. I'm used to it being, 75 degrees and sunny every day. But coming to Nebraska, I just fell in love with the place. I fell in love with the people, the coaches, the staff, the players. So I was like, you know what? I haven't been to a school that just I felt as home to. You couldn't possibly get farther away from California than Nebraska, but, it felt like home in every other way.
How was your interaction with, the players on the team, the tight ends? What has that tight end room bond been like with you?
Oh, man, I don't think there's a group of tight ends I'd rather play for than those guys, I went out there day one, fell in love with them. They're awesome dudes. They're just like me, they're football guys. They want to work hard. They want to grind out. They want to have fun. So they got huge personalities, big personalities, which I love. I'm a big personality guy. And, just from day one, we kind of clicked, which was pretty interesting.
Now, of all the places you went recruiting, did you ever get in the sauna and cold plunge with any other position coach and head coach?
That was unique, and I still do that to this day. I tell my parents all the time, that's not a cold plunge is special, I remember day one, you guys waking me up at 6 a.m, like, hey, we got, you don't get to sleep around these OVs, you got to come work. So that was definitely really cool for me. All
right, tell me your best Satterfield story, because people don't really know Marcus. They see the quiet, but tell everybody what Coach Sat's really like.
Oh man, so well, I'll give you a couple. So one day, when he came down for his the home visit, right? Came out there. He drove from Fresno to Southern California. So Fresno's at the very, very top of California by San Francisco. Orange County's at the very bottom, right? It's pretty much Mexico, right? So you're out there. He drove not however many hours he did, right? 9 or 8 hours. And so I had another Big Ten team come visit me, right? So I had lifts and everything. He came home and was having dinner. I got a knock on the door. And I'm like, oh, shoot, that's Coach Satterfield. He walks in the house, and there's another Big Ten team, Big Ten coach sitting right at my table. So he was like, I'll just come back. And I was like, oh, crap, I just messed up with that. But no, he was awesome. Came back in 20 minutes later. He sat down. I was like, you want anything to eat, Coach? He's like, nope, I'm all good. Spent 20 minutes there talking with family. But yeah, he went to this bar and grill before he came to my house, to this bar and grill called Draft Picks. And that's my dad's favorite spot. So, they got a little connection out there, which is pretty cool. And then on my official visit, I get in there, and I'm a big BC Boys fan, as you know. I know you are too, being an East Coast guy. But
no sleep till
Brooklyn. Out there holding two boom boxes, blasting Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys, and I'm like, it doesn't get much better than that. So, man, I love that guy to death.
He's awesome. So you're signed now. What are the next steps for you as you move forward?
So I'm on Nebraska's weight program right now. So I've been lifting with Coach Corey's stuff, which has been awesome. It's been tough, but it's been good. So, and then in a week or two, I think next week I get out there for the bowl game. So I'll be out there pretty soon.
I love it. It'll be so much fun to be able to practice with us, and that way your first practice isn't spring practice. You'll know what to expect. You'll get out there with the guys and just get started, man.
Oh yeah, I've already got some of the install. I have a notebook, and Coach Stats would send me some of the installs. So I got all the the formations and the calls out. So I'm getting good with that stuff.
Are you going to take your family to dinner tonight? Are you paying for dinner tonight now that you're a a signed Division I recruit? Are you picking up the tab or what?
I might have to. I might have to pick up a couple tabs. It's usually my grandpa bought me a breakfast this morning, so I'm gonna have to go down to Heroes and pay him the favor back.
Well, I tell you what. Since we first started recruiting you, you've been the same guy every day and always honest with us, but also a lot of fun to be around. I wouldn't jump in the cold plunge at 6 o'clock in the morning if it wasn't for someone I really, really, really like. One of my favorite things about you, though, is you're loud enough that I'm at the Rose Bowl and I can hear you screaming my name from the stands. You paid your own way, got your own ticket, went to the UCLA game, and there I could hear you. That's when I was like, okay, this guy, we're going to have a lot of fun together, man.
Oh, yeah. So I went out there because one of my best friends, Jake Susang, his family's from Nebraska. He's going to go to Nebraska with me. So he's just an awesome guy. And I was like, dude, they're playing the UCLA at home. We got to go. So I brought him and a couple of my buddies and my mom, and we got tickets. And so we were on the nosebleeds, I'm like, dude, I gotta get by the field. So I ended up swinging my way down by the student section, told him I was a student for UCLA, right? And we're out there. I'm like, dude, shirts are coming off, and we're just gonna go out there and be wild and crazy. So, I was yelling at everyone. I saw Miss Kristen. I was like, Miss Kristen. So it was awesome. I saw the boys too. Saw like Heinrich and Luke and all them guys and Eric. That was fun.
I love it. Well, enjoy today, man. It's a special day. It's a day you worked a long time for.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's a day. I always feel like on a day like today, it's a great day to say thank you to the people who helped you get here, because while it's the start of something new, it's also the end of something special. And man, you got a great family, great coaches, a lot of great people. And then let's hurry up and get here, man. Let's get to work.
I can't wait, man. And people got to realize all the stuff you see about this guy's sign on and all this great accolades and stuff. It's not me. It's people around me that really made me who I am. A lot of my teammates, in practice gets there's fights all the time because everyone's just at the chomping at the bit trying to compete. And so it's a great environment to practice in that Servite. And I'm just glad for the people that came and supported me.
That's awesome. Well, thank you again for your trust in us. Thank you for your confidence in us. And all I got to say is go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
Love you, buddy. See you soon.
See you soon, Coach. Thank you very much for having me on.
It seems like every day I get a text from someone asking where they can get the best deal in Huskers tickets. That's why I'm giving the sponsor of today's episode, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 35 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. There's the NFL, NBA, and of course, college football. Besides basketball, just remember you can get your Iowa at Nebraska tickets on SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Nebraska athletics. All Nebraska tickets on SeatGeek are authentic and secure. I love using SeatGeek. In fact, coming up here soon, we have Riley Green coming to town, Eric Church coming to town, Trans-Siberian Orchestra getting ready for the Christmas time. But one thing I didn't even think about, Wicked is coming to Omaha. Broadway shows right here on SeatGeek. I know my kids are going to be excited. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use code RULE10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code RULE10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek. One thing I've learned since coming to Nebraska is that it's a place built on hard work, pride, and people who take care of their own. That's why I'm proud to tell you about our friends at Akrs Equipment. Akrs has been an incredible partner for Husker Athletics and the University of Nebraska. When we talk about doing things with integrity, showing up every day and being consistent, Akrs reflects those same values. They've supported our student athletes, our facilities, and our mission to represent this state the right way. If you're from around here, you already know Akrs is the real deal. They're the largest John Deere dealership in Nebraska, and they've got equipment for whatever you need. Mowers, gators, big tractors, combine harvesters, everything. They sell it, they service it, and they stand behind it. I love that these are Nebraska people serving Nebraska people. They understand the work, the seasons, the challenges, and the pride that goes into everything you do. And just like our team, They're committed to showing up every single day and getting better. Visit your local Akrs equipment store or go online to akrs.com to learn more. They've been a tremendous partner for us and for the entire state of Nebraska. All right, everybody, welcome into another section of this special episode as we celebrate the men of Nebraska football. And my guy, a fellow Pennsylvanian, even though he's in Florida, we both got that Pennsylvania DNA, Danny Odem. What's up, my friend?
What's up, my guy?
Man, it's good to see you, man. When that came through this morning, I woke up and I had that text message from you with that locked in. I said, all right, here we go. It's going to be a great day.
Yes, sir.
How did it feel to sign and say, you know what, I'm a Husker? How did it feel?
It felt great. Finally, shut everything down totally and be just focused on the football.
And now you got your 5th star not too long ago. So when you're a 5-star, people are going to come at you to the very, very, very end. I'm sure
Yes,
it's
sir.
been crazy the last couple.
Yes, sir.
but you stayed loyal. What was it about Nebraska that made you say, hey, that's going to be my home?
It's just like a feeling that I get when I came around, when I first came to the building. People like us, we underdogs. I feel like Nebraska got that underdog story. We try and bring back that old school Nebraska football.
And you know how you bring that back? With great players, man. And
yes, sir.
What's your favorite part about your game? Like what can Husker fans expect when they see Danny Odem take the field?
Game changer. Like, I'm gonna create turnovers. When the plays come, I'm gonna make them plays.
Have you always been like that?
Yes, sir.
You said that like, come on, man. You talk about your relationship with Coach Addison. You know, I think he's one of the best defensive back coaches in the country. And you're a guy. He said from day one, "Hey, this is my guy. I want him." What is it about Coach Addy that you feel like is going to develop you to the next level?
I feel like Coach Addy, he could help me not just on the field but off the field, because I feel like we got a lot of things in common, just like me and you. Like we got that dog in us, to make us thrive, to get to where we want to. And I feel like Coach Addison can help me show that in my game.
You're finishing up school. There's a chance you might be able to come down with us to bowl practice. Are you excited about strapping it on and putting that N on your helmet and going out to practice?
You know I am. I'm ready. I'm trying to book my ticket right now.
So what was today like? Did you guys have a big signing at school or anything fun?
Our signing actually tomorrow at 9:30.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So you're able to do this, get this out of the way, and then do it. What are you going to celebrate? Any little family thing?
Yeah, the fam coming down. We're gonna go out to eat.
When you come to Lincoln, and me and you go out get something to eat. What's the food of choice? Where are we going? What kind of food we getting?
You got to get the steak.
That's what Nebraska's about, man.
You got to get the steak.
What is the not Nebraska, but what is the craziest thing anybody did in recruiting? You don't have to say who it was. I don't want to blow nobody's spot up, but like, of all the crazy things you heard and seen and did, what's the craziest thing anybody did as they tried to recruit Danny?
It was like a lot of money.
People just saying, the last couple of days, people probably just said, hey, here's a blank check, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate and love the loyalty, because you know what's crazy? There's way, way, way greater things ahead for you in the future. We're going to get you here, get you a great education, have a good time, win a bunch of games, watch you be a great player, and then watch you go off to the NFL. And then even after the NFL's done, man, when it's all said and done and you're done playing someday, what do you want to do with your life after your playing career is over in the league?
I want to own multiple business. I want to do a little bit of real estate, go back to my hometown, fix up some buildings, and own a couple properties.
That's awesome. You know, one of the great things about Nebraska is, besides just the business school, we have an entrepreneurship master's program. It's 1 year, and it really helps people learn how to start your own business. And so once we get that bachelor's degree and we get your 4-year degree done, that's something that I'm going to really encourage you to do, because there are so many great people here that have started their own business. Like, the people of Nebraska are about building things. And so we'll make sure you make those connections, so when the time comes for you to own your business, Odem Incorporated or whatever you're going to call it, that you have the training,
yes, sir.
But also the connections, right? Life's about people.
Yes, sir.
Well, the thing I love about you the most, Blaze, every time I see you, man, you bring a smile to my face. Even in that game last Friday, it wasn't the way we wanted it to go, but you were there and you stay loyal to the end. So I look forward to being your coach, not just for the next 3 or 4 years, but I look forward to being your coach for until they put me in the grave, man. We're locked in.
You're locked in for life.
That's it. Well, Husker fans, I'm just going to tell you, this guy's a special one, and he's coming for all the right reasons. So, Danny, I can't wait to coach you next week, and let's do it.
Let's do it, Coach. Let's do it.
All right, boy, I love you, man. Go Big Red.
Love you too. Yes, sir.
You know, one of the things I really appreciate in football and in life is when people just do things the right way, with integrity and care. And that's exactly what I appreciate about the folks at Baxter Ford. There's a reason they say, we won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one. Because when you walk into Baxter Ford, that's how it feels. There's no high pressure, just a desire to help you find the right vehicle. And it's not just a slogan. They've done the work to transform their process and deliver you a better car buying experience. At Baxter Ford, there are no handoffs, no hassles, and no hidden fees, meaning you work with one person from start to finish. They give you a competitive and transparent price right up front, and what you see is what you pay. So absolutely no doc fees buried in the fine print. It's honest, straightforward, and they treat you like a teammate, not a transaction. So if you're thinking about a new Ford, F-150, Explorer, Bronco, whatever fits your family, check out Baxter Ford in Omaha or Papillion and shop online anytime at baxterford.com. Levrack was born on a Nebraska farm, built by a few guys who just wanted to make better use of their space. What they came up with is simple and effective. A mobile aisle storage system that combines shelving and other storage accessories to help you organize everything and get more room out of the space you already have. It's the kind of setup that makes you stop and say, okay, that's actually pretty cool. What started in a farm shop has grown into one of the toughest, smartest storage systems out there. From home garages and workshops to equipment rooms, military bases, and warehouses across the country, Levrack is built to handle it all. Made right here in the USA by people who take pride in doing things the right way. Clean, strong, and built to last. Check them out at levrack.com and make room for what matters. My guest today was a unanimous All-American in his senior year here at Nebraska, a first-round draft pick, a Super Bowl champion, and is forever true Husker royalty. Since retirement, he has not slowed down. He's a father of 5, CEO, a podcaster, and he's getting his master's at USC. I'm so excited to welcome to the podcast, Husker for Life, Prince Amukamara. Good to have you on, man.
Man, thanks for having me. What an intro.
I'll be honest with you. I do have to read. I do have to read some of those things because this is not like my full-time job. You know, this is like a part-time gig, man. But it's great to have you on here. I'm really, really grateful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So what drew you to Nebraska? Like what made you want to come to Lincoln and be a Husker?
Gosh, you want the real version or the watered down version?
Give me the real one, man.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So coming out of Arizona, back in 2007, honestly, I didn't know where Nebraska was on the map. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever told anyone this, but I thought Jim Tressel was the head coach of Nebraska, meaning I thought Nebraska was Ohio State. And so when we had a great recruiter by the name of Bill Bush, he was probably one of the best recruiters, man, just a great talker. And so he had recruited like 5 of us from down here in Arizona, and I was supposed to play running back. And so that's why I tell everyone I was supposed to play running back in Nebraska. I was there watching the film with the running back coach, Coach Jordan, on my visit, and he was like gassing me up, hyping me up on my film. And then, long story short, I committed there because I ended up committing there because one of my best friends committed there. So it was like a buddy system. But when I got to Nebraska, and I tell everybody this, there really is no place like Nebraska. And the thing is, us people who went there and played there, we're not the only ones saying it. Other people from other teams who visit there, you see like Travis Hunter, man, that was the most like crazy environment he's ever been a part of. And the fact that he said that when people say we have the nicest fans, I think that speaks volumes. So when I got there, people in the stands had poster boards with like, come here, Prince, like choose Nebraska and stuff like that. So they do their homework, they do their research, and you're loved there. As soon as whenever you're gone, even like former players, I did a episode with Wandale Robinson for my show not too long ago, and I asked him, I said, be honest, do you still call Nebraska home? He said, yes, dude, 100% and stuff like that. So I think a lot of players, it's like we love it.
I love that. You know, Nebraska fans, they still always talk about that 2010 defense. Like what made that unit so special? What was the culture like in the locker room? Like what made you guys be what you were?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be remiss if I didn't say Sue led the charge, and I think because of his just how he surged and he just his dominance, I think we all followed his lead. And then of course, Bo Pelini just had us rocking, and so like we had a great front four. I mean, Levante David was in the linebacking core. We had Crick. Our back end was good. We all just played together. So when the guys up front take care of their job, it makes our job easier in the back end. And then when the back end takes care of our job, it makes the guys up front their job just easy. But we just wanted to instill like our dominance on people, and it was just physical play. It was just making plays on the ball.
You know, we still have practice tape from those years. Like I'll go back. I'll go back and watch 9-on-7. I'll watch team. It's pretty cool to see. It's really cool to see. Now, you mentioned Coach Pelini. What did he do in terms of the mindset that helped you as a player, and then even later as a man? Like what did he mean to you?
One thing Coach Pelini did great, and his brother Carl, was like they would rip Sue if Sue needed to be ripped, and so it wasn't just them. Excuse me for my language, mother effing like us. It was like they would mother eff Sue. And so when we would see that, it's like, wow, like everybody can get it. Like it's not just us. And so and they also build a mindset at practice. So when it was cold, offense was inside, defense was outside, and we were in shorts, no sleeves. We were really just grinding, and they really just build that mindset in us.
What's a behind the stories? Behind the scenes story, like from that team, that shows like the bond of that team. And is there anything that no one knows that can really, like, when you think back on that time, really is emblematic of what that team meant?
I wouldn't say nobody knows this, but not a lot of people know. But I think it was after training camp. I don't know how we did it. I think Niles Paul maybe was the start of this, but he brought boxing gloves into the locker room, and so and it was only bodies. We're not doing from the neck up, but it was just only bodies. And guys were just like boxing each other in the locker room. And so then Sue put them on, and then it didn't look like no one wanted to really go against him. And so then I put the gloves on and went against Sue.
Oh wow!
And yeah, and so Sue gave me one good shot, and then cornered me in the locker, and then it was like everyone had to like get him off me. But I think that was just our team. Like we were just fun. We were always finding ways to compete, and that really brought us together.
That's awesome. If that happened now, there'd be videos posted all
over.
100%. It would be viral. It would be viral.
100%.
So you went from Lincoln, you went from that locker room, you talked about your journey, running back, then moved to corner, and next thing you know, your first-round pick in the NFL draft. What was that moment like for you? I made the switch, I would say truly my sophomore year. And when I made the switch, I couldn't believe anyone could play the game backwards. So it was hard for me to grasp that. So what I did was I tried to watch film of the best guys that year. So Joe Hayden was one of the best guys coming out of Florida. And so I would watch his film and then see how aggressive and physical he played. And then the person who really helped me a lot was Marvin Sanders. And Coach Sanders just taught me what it meant to be a cornerback, from technique, alignment, my keys, my execution. And so I credit a lot of that to him. There was a time when, like scouts come and watch the practices. And so we would do ball drills. And I didn't have no picks my senior year. So the knock on me was, okay, this guy doesn't have good ball drills. So Coach Sanders was like humming the ball at me, and I was dropping them. So, but I'm not faulting him. But he said, look, they're writing it down.
2-1, can't catch the ball. And I'm like, gosh, dude, like what? Like, you don't want me to get drafted? In my head, I'm like, you don't want me to get drafted? Like, what are you doing? And then, but I learned like from him, like he's just building my mindset. He wants me to arise in like the toughest environments under pressure. And so like when I'm found in the Big 12 championship against Texas and I have to make a play to win the game, I'm not like, I felt that pressure already. So I credit a lot to him. But when I got drafted, the whole draft process was probably one of the hardest interviewing process ever, just from a sense of, the whole combine, they wake you up early. You got to run a 40-yard dash. You got to lift. Then you got to meet with all the coaches. They're asking you all these crazy questions. And then after that, then you got to go to the pro day. And then when you get on draft day, anything could happen. Right. I mean, we saw it with Shador and stuff like that. And so my draft, me and Patrick Peterson were 1-2 coming out. And so I knew as soon as he went off the board, like I was going to be next. And so he went off pretty early and I'm waiting. And so what I think messed up the draft was a lot of quarterbacks was getting drafted that I didn't think was supposed to go, but they went. And so I kept going down and down. And I'm thinking like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be, I think Aaron Rodgers was known for like waiting and stuff like that. And so when I get a call from the New York Giants, whom I did not meet with or interview with,
Wow.
It was surprising. And I was super, super thankful. As soon as the whole draft was done, I just went to my hotel, dug my face in my pillow and had some alone time and cried a little bit.
That's awesome. Who was the toughest receiver you faced during your time in the NFL?
It changes every year because I feel like I got better every year. So one year was Des Bryant. Another year was Calvin Johnson. Another year was Antonio Brown. Overall, Devontae Adams,
Really?
hands down. Yeah, because I'm a big press guy, and Devontae Adams plays basketball with his releases. And so there was times where I had nothing for him.
Your faith has always been central to your story. How has your faith and how has faith guided you, in both your life and in your career?
Being a Christian was huge for me. Like in my life, especially in the league, everyone always says that, like having faith or following any type of religion is a crutch. But I say, no, it's my stretcher. Like without that, like I'm on my back, I'm dead and stuff like that. And so it really impacts and influences how I do everything. And so especially how I play the game of football. And I always say like the Christian athlete should be the most fiercest, relentless athlete because we're playing for something bigger than team. We're playing for something bigger than ourselves. And so when I first signed with the Giants, I broke my foot. Like as soon as I sign on the dotted line, I go out to practice, I break my foot, and I've never experienced any type of surgery or injury like that before. And so it was my faith, just remembering like, okay, where I was and where I am now. A lot of people just sending me lots of encouragement, and then I also had a lot of people online. So that was the like the surge of like Twitter and Instagram and fans having direct contact with you. I was getting a lot of trash cans in my DMs, in my comments. Oh, we got damaged goods and stuff like that. And so that bothered me a little bit. And so just me remembering, like, I know it's cliche, but like, hey, God has a plan for me. And even though me getting surgery on my fifth metatarsal, even though that wasn't part of my plan, it was part of his plan. And what do you know, the bigger picture, I found myself starting in the Super Bowl and we beat Tom Brady my first year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You mentioned social media, and it's something that I see, like, my guys have to deal with. It's just I never had to deal with it as a player, right? And then now you had to, and now it's just continuing to evolve. Now college football, you see the changes, right? NIL, transfer portal. What advice would you give to young athletes? What do you think they need to hear and learn so that they can be successful both, in college, in the pros, and then life after football?
I would say two things. Number one, use social media. Don't let it use you. And so, and then number two, you don't have to post everything. Like you don't have to let everyone know what you're doing. Like there's some things that you can keep to yourself. Because I mean, I don't like to use him as an example, but I mean, we see like John Morant, I think it was 2 years ago or last year, I was like, man, just stay off social media. Like you'll be good. Just stay off. And then also like your friends that are around you too. Like it's not bad to have like, hey, a no phone policy and stuff like that. But I think, like you said, now we're in the age where people want to stream, right? People want to be on there 24/7 and they want what they're doing to be shown 24/7. And I just feel like, because, we're human and we're not perfect. Like if you want to do that 24/7, people are going to see your mistakes.
It's to the point where, like, after a game, after a big win, I'll say to the guys, like, "Hey, guys, remember now, please don't live stream from the locker
Oh, it's so bad. The locker room.
Let's just let this be our thing for right now.
Right.
And when you leave, you can go do what you want. But I know the world is changing. When fans look back and think about your career, both college and pro, what do you hope they remember about you and the way you did things?
That I given my all. Like I emptied it out on the field and off the field. And when I say off the field, I also want to be remembered as the guy who said hi to your kid, who took a picture and signed an autograph for your kid, and just took the time because, and I hear you preach it all the time, but like fans, like they make this thing go and stuff like that. And so the best feeling is when I go back to New York. Like I was in New York last week, and the best feeling is taking a picture with a kid now, and them showing me the picture that I took with them when they were like 2 years old, 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
Like that. And it happens. And that's the best feeling because it just shows like, hey, I took the time then. And guess what? Like I'm still the same person. I'm going to take the time now. And they remember that. And it does something, to them.
Yeah, that's one of the things, me, obviously I was a young assistant. I didn't obviously cross over with you much, but I was over with the O-line at the Giants, and just watching you as a young coach and then coming to Nebraska and seeing when you come back, I think the one thing that always stands out to me about you is you just bring joy to every situation. You care about people, you treat people well. And it's amazing, like Levante David came back this spring, how humble he is. Watching
my gosh.
when and Dominican comes back and talks to the team, how your group of guys, the way you carry yourself, the way they carry themselves, and how you guys could come back and be like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And you guys are always coming back saying, how can I help the program? How can I give back? It's really special and speaks to your character, which is, I just want to make sure I say thank you for that.
Yeah.
So what's life like now? What keeps your fire stoked right now? What keeps you rolling? What are you up to?
Right now, actually, I'm currently in at a Lifetime fitness gym. I play pickleball every day. So
what's your rating? What are you? What are you rated?
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I'm getting up there. I'm like a 4.0. I'm like a 3.92, but I'd say I'm a 4.0, but I play better than that. Pickleball is just super fun. It's such a humbling sport because when I first played, it's not something where you can just size somebody up. I can't look at you and say, not you personally, but I can't look at somebody and say, okay, this person looks old, like they're a lady, they're like 70s, but that person would whoop me, and that person did whoop me. And so it's so humbling. And then, and it just forced me to get better. And I play a lot of basketball too, or I did. And basketball, my ceiling is higher, and I can't I'm never going to reach it. Like I'm never going to be able to be that good at basketball, but pickleball, my ceiling is lower and I can achieve that more. And so play a lot of pickleball, have 5 kids. I have triplets that are 3. So they're having me run around.
Do you sleep? Do you sleep?
I try to. And then, I'm getting my master's in nutrition at the University of Southern California, which is ironic. Lost a bet to a friend, so I had to sing their fight song. I was at the game. What game was that? They played Northwestern last week. I was at that game, and I have a podcast too. So I always say, like, when you get out as a player, my transition, what that looks like is like I want to do it all. Like I'm still young. Like I'm 36. It's like I want to do it all. I don't want to jump into coaching so soon because I respect the hours that you guys put in, and so I'm not trying to. I feel like coaching is like being a player again. And my wife always says, like, she'll leave me if I coach. So I respect all the wives, who are coaches' wives and that journey. And so I don't want to do that yet. But what I'm saying is like I want to do so much because I feel like I'm so young, and I do feel like the world really is my oyster. And so there's so much I want to do. And so right now I say I'm a serial entrepreneur. and but I'm trying to scale back and stuff. So, but one thing I am passionate about, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, is that I have a children's show, and it's on YouTube, Mr. A Adventures, and I teach kids about nutrition, education, and fitness. So, different episodes, it would look like one would be me at a science center, and I'm teaching kids about the solar system. Another one would look like me with Sue, and I'm asking Sue, hey, Sue, like before a game, your pregame meal, what fruits or vegetables do you like to eat? And so that's in hopes of encouraging kids to lead and eat a nutritious meal and stuff like that. So that's been super fun.
That's amazing. I'm excited to check that out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and propose. First of all, thank you for doing this, but I'm going to go ahead and propose that we set a date and we get a little pickleball tournament here in Lincoln. There's some elite places here. I like to play, and like
you do.
My first tournament, we played doubles, and we showed up. We lost to two guys that were like in their 70s. They just kept dinking it in the kitchen, and my aggressive nature. I've worked. So I think we should get a little charitable pickleball tournament.
Oh, that would be fun.
And make something happen.
I would love that. That would be fun.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do to constantly give back and sharing your story. And most importantly, I love the way that you're giving back to kids and doing what you do. So we have a ton of respect for you here, Husker for life. Thank you, Prince.
No problem, dude. Thanks for having me. And I am so glad you are staying. So
thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You're probably thinking there was never a doubt, but hey, you know how it is. Like when you're not on the inside, you're on the outside. I'm just like, everyone's asking me. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm looking at the interviews that just the same as you are, but I'm sure it was never a doubt, especially how you speak about Nebraska, and you can tell it's super genuine. You love it here. So, I'm glad like everybody else.
Well, thank you, man. It's like I tell our players, like everybody talks about the good old days. These are the good old days, and this is some of the best times of our life. So we're loving it.
Thank you.
Go Big Red.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's it. Another episode in the can. Please remember to like, share, or subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And please follow @House Rhules on socials. Until next time.